Welcome to a lesson with Dr. Powell. Let's look at an example of graphing a parabola when we're given something like this. Notice how our x's and y's are switched around. That just means that in our graph, we just have to turn our heads a little bit, and x will be like the y-axis, and then y will be kind of like replace what's in the x-axis. Only the orientation is a little bit turned, because to go from positive y to positive x is kind of like that's a clockwise motion instead of a counterclockwise. So it's kind of flipped a little bit, but it still makes sense to turn your head here. Notice that this is a parabola with downward end behavior. See this negative, but since the parabola is opening, either this way or that way, since we've turned our head, so it's either going this way or this way, and it's going to be downward. Looks like we're going to be pointing toward negative x directions instead x values instead of negative y values. So it looks like the graph's going to be heading down like this. Okay, so when we go to graph, it's going to be like this. The focus is going to be on this side, and the directrix is going to be over here. So kind of keeping that in mind as we go. So we'll just do it the same way, just doing things with y's that we were doing with x's, and same thing for x. So first, let's put it in standard focus form. Multiply both sides by negative 32. Negative 32x is equal to y squared. And negative 32 times negative 1/8 is, negative 32 times negative 1/8 is plus 4 y, and negative 32, that's just minus 1. Okay, negative 32 times minus 1. Okay, so then from here, we can complete the square. Y squared plus 4y, we replace with y plus 2 squared, but it's too much because we've added an extra 2 squared, which is 4, so we have to subtract it off. Minus 4 minus 1. So we end up getting y plus 2 quantity squared minus 5 is equal to negative 32x. So this right here is a standard focus form for the parabola. We can read off the focal diameter. It's 32. So right here, up and down, that's going to be 32. That's quite far. Also, okay, what's our p-value? We'll just take 1/4 of this, and you get 8. So our p is also pretty large too. It's 8. And then from there, so p is 8. So we need to know where the center is. So to get that, we write this in regular standard form. Divide everything by negative 32. No, since we're dividing by negative 32, that would become a plus 5 over 32. This tells you where the center is. The center is at, now it's kind of flip-flopped, right? Because now negative 2 is the y value, the center. And then 5 over 32 is the x value. So we get 5 over 32, comma negative 2 as our center. Now p is 8. Of course, we could have written negative 8 if we wanted to remind ourselves that we're going down this way from the center. So it's the left of the center. So for the x value, we're subtracting 8. So we subtract 8 off right there. And maybe in this case, we'll just write that 5 over 32 minus 8. And then comma negative 2. Notice we changed the x direction only. This is the focus. What about the directrix? Well, instead of subtracting 8, we would just simply add 8, and it would be an x value. Notice the directrix will be a single x value going up and down a vertical line. So to get that, we would take an x value. Instead of subtracting 8 from the center x value, or the vertex, we add 8. So this would be 5/32 plus 8, and that would be the directrix line. Thanks for watching.